Vanakkam. Welcome to Database Management System subject. My name is Ilayaraja, Assistant Professor, Department of Information and Technology. Today we're going to talk about SQL. Before jumping into the topic, let me understand what is the outline of the topic we are going to discuss by today's session. What is SQL? And let me discuss data definition language, and we'll discuss data manipulation language, and we'll discuss data control language, and we'll discuss transaction control language. So let me look one by one. So let me start with the what is SQL. SQL stands for Structured Query Language. Actually, it is used for storing and managing data in Relational Database Management System, that is RDBMS. It was initially called as SQL, that is Standard English Query Language. So it is a standard language for Relational Database Management System. It will enable the users to create, read, update, and delete all the relational databases and the tables. And it is actually based on the relational algebra and tuple relational calculus. Almost most of the data RDBMS like MySQL, Oracle, Informatics, Sysbase, MS Access, all are using the SQL as a standard database query language. Actually, SQL is used to perform all types of data operation on the relational database management system. Okay, a database is a list of related records. You know that. And database management system is the most common way to manage these databases. That is DBMS. So in this, the structured query language commands are needed to interact with the database system. So these SQL commands can be used to build the tables, insert data into tables, remove the data and drop the tables, changes things can be performed in the tables, and permissions can be set and revoked by the users. So the commands, that is in SQL commands, we have categorized into 4: DDL, DML, DCL, and TCL. And let me look into the DDL command. DDL stands for Data Definition Language. As the name suggests, the DDL command helps to define the structure of the database or schema. When we execute DDL statements, it takes effect immediately. The changes made in the database using this command, that is DDL command, are saved permanently because these commands are auto-committed. There are some commands which is under DDL. One is create, which is used to create the database, create the table, create the view. Drop command, drop the table, drop the database, that is it will remove the whole structure of the database and hold the database objects. Alter command, which is used to modify the existing structure of the database objects. Truncate is actually used to remove the values from the particular table. Comment actually used to explain the sections of the SQL statements, and also it is used to prevent the execution of the SQL statements. And finally, we are having the rename command, which is used to rename the created database objects. The second one is data manipulation language. There is DML commands. It actually deals with the manipulation of existing records of a database. It is responsible for all changes that occur in the database. The changes made in the database using this command can't save permanently because its commands are not auto-committed. Therefore, changes can be rolled back. There are some commands in DML. Starts with the select command, which is used to retrieve the data from the table or extract the information from the table. Insert command, which is used to insert a new record into the table. Then the update command, which is used to modify the existing information on the table. And finally, we are having a delete command, which is used to remove the records from the table. So these commands are actually in DML. The third language in SQL is data control language. It is concerned with the rights, permission, and other access controls of the database system. By using the DCL, the user may be able to grant and take back the authority from any database users. Here we are having two commands. One is grant and revoke. The grant command, which is used to give the permission or give the access privileges to the database, like creating a table, creating the database, retrieving the records from the database, updating the data on the table. Like this, we may have a number of privileges. So all those privileges can be assigned by using the grant command. And the second one is revoke command. It is used to take back the permissions from the users. Suppose users having a lot of permissions based on their requirement. Afterwards, after sometimes we may feel that the permissions may not be no longer needed. So that the permissions that is assigned privileges can be taken back from the users by using the revoke command. Last one in SQL is transaction control language. It is used to manage the transaction in the database. What is transaction? Transaction is nothing but it is a small int of program. It may contain some lower level tasks, that is number of DML statements. So all those DML statement changes can be managed by using the TCL commands. So there are number of commands, starts with the commit, rollback, save point, and a set transaction. So what is the use of commit command? Commit command is used to permanently save any transaction into the database. Rollback command, which is used to restore the database to the last committed state. It is also used with the save point command to jump to a save point in a transaction. And the third one is save point. Save point command is used to temporarily save a transaction so that it can be rolled back to that point wherever necessary. The last one is set transaction. It is used to establish the current transaction in the form of read-only transaction or read-write transaction, and also it is establishing the isolation level of the particular transaction. So we have seen about all those commands: DDL, DML, DCL, and TCL. And the last, we are coming into the end of the lecture summary. So by using the DDL commands, the users may be able to create and manipulate a wide variety of database objects, and the data can be manipulated using wide variety of commands like DML, and also we can able to control the users access to the database resources by using the data control language. And finally, the transaction can be manipulated, and the data can be controlled by using the transaction control language. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Thank you.